Okay, the purpose of this video is to show the functionality of a linear turntable.
Go, girl.
The turntable I'll be using is a Panasonic SL-N15. And as you can see, it does not have a pivot tone arm. It's a linear tone arm, meaning that it moves along a rod laterally across the record. It only goes halfway in. It doesn't go all the way across, obviously, because it doesn't have to, just like a regular tone arm. And something else that makes these kind of unique is that you don't place the needle. The turntable places the needle for you, meaning that you have to tell it, or on a lot of models it's automatic. It has a sensor that reads whether or not the record is 7 or 12, or in some cases they'll even read 10-inch records. Some will even find the groove, like you can actually pick track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is a more simplistic model, so you have to tell it what size you want to do. In this case, it's in centimeters. 30 centimeters would be a 12-inch, 17 centimeters would be a 7-inch, and of course 33 and 45 indicate the speed in RPMs. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to put a 12-inch record on. We've already got it set up for 12-inch records. We've got the 30 millimeter, 33 RPM selected. We're going to open up the top here. See, it opens up almost to 90 degrees. The record I selected is a Mississippi John Hurt album. I'm not sure if it's going to get pinged by the sensors or not. Hopefully not. I'm not going to play much of it anyway, so shouldn't matter. Close the lid. There we go. And you just press start. The record will start turning. The needle drops on the lead-in groove, just like if you were playing with a regular table. And then it starts playing music. Now, if you wanted to skip tracks, what you would do, you go to queuing. That would lift the needle up, and then it makes these two into a forward and reverse as opposed to a stop and start because the needle's up. So you're gonna press this, and you'll see it moves in or it moves out. And then when you got it where you want it, you just press queuing again and it drops. There you go. All right. Now, if you were going to play a 10-inch micro groove record, because there are some out there, what you would do is set it for 7-inch, or what I would do with this table is set it for 7-inch, have it drop at 7-inch, then press Q and back it back to the lead-in groove and cue it again. It's not something most people are going to do much of, but if you wanted to, you could. There's a way to do anything if you want to do it bad enough, I reckon. All right, so we're going to take the 12-inch off, and I want to show how it does with the 7-inch, because that's a little bit more impressive. The fact that it knows where that 7-inch lead-in groove is. Of course, I've had to do a little bit of fiddling. Hold on. There's a built-in 7-inch adapter, or big hole adapter. So you just reach over here and you turn it just a little bit. It pops up. It's a nice feature. You don't have to look for an adapter. Slide right over, close the lid, okay? Make sure you've got the 17 and 45 selected, and we're gonna press start, and it should ride right over and drop into the lead-in groove on the 7-inch record. In this case, we're listening to Bob Dylan's You Gotta Serve Somebody. There it is, dropped right on the lead-in. And now we're playing music. So this is a fully functional table. And it's a neat alternative to a regular pivot arm. Some of the neat things about this, in my opinion, or about this type of table, in my opinion, is they normally have smaller footprints because you don't have to have the arm off to the side and pivot it in, and they normally have most of the controls on the front, so there's not any controls on the actual deck itself. So this one is actually the same size as a record cover, I mean, it's just about exactly. If I lay this cover on top of it and stand up, it pretty much disappears. So they're compact, and they also take human error more or less out of the equation because you're not placing the needle. So you don't have to worry about dropping it, you don't have to worry about bumping it. You just press play and it does everything else. That noise you're hearing in the background, that's my daughter. She's doesn't care that I'm making a video because she's 1.5 and she's having fun playing with blocks. But I've shown you what I need to show you anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe you learned something.